Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
What's up, friends? Surprise, April Fools. No April Fools, people. As you know, we talked about this. This is a TV terminal. You already know. But I just have to clear this up because months ago, when we had discussed this with the Paramount rep, hey, we're going to cover this. They're like, oh, great. Was told 6 episodes this season. Okay. I even questioned, are you sure about that? I was like, no. Yeah, 6.
We've talked about it only being 6 episodes, and it seemed weird, and that these seasons on some of these shows are getting shorter and shorter.
Yep, since the first. I looked at multiple outlets. Don't need to throw everybody under the bus, but there was other places, and I reached out to some people and like, hey, 6 is what I see. We looked on IMDb. They gather their information from the networks. Networks provide that over and let them know. That also at the time, now of course it's different, had 6 episodes only as well. So we're like, oh wow, this is odd. And if you've been following our coverage since episode 1, we were saying it was 6 episodes, right? Yep. We were always saying we're really surprised by that. And then especially on how episode 6 ended, we're like, man, this really didn't seem right. Well, sure enough, the next day, shout out to Route 661 and Gary, both of you guys, real nice about it. Say, hey guys, this is a 10 episode season. Then I looked it up and I was like, then sure enough, all these other outlets started putting placeholders, no info, just placeholders for the other episodes. I reached out to a rep, got another rep, says, oh yes, it is. Sorry, here we go. And now we're on the same page with everything. But we really thought that entire time that there were just 6 episodes.
And there's a lot of studios and shows that are now 6 episodes as a season. So it wasn't weird. No. A weirder one was having a 7 episode season, which was
Terminal List.
Terminal List, right?
Dark Wolf.
That was more questioning because I'm like, I don't know if I've ever heard of a 7 episode season. So it seemed weird because the Taylor Sheridan shows normally are 10 episodes. But when people are telling you this, there's no information on any of the outlets. And you know, I always have IMDb up when we're doing this. It ended at 6. So that explains why we thought it was a very anticlimactic.
And the emails, usually I get a lot of emails from the networks giving me updates. We follow embargoes. For those wondering about our release schedule, that's embargo. They tell us, hey, you can release this at 3:00 p.m. on the Sunday. We follow those embargoes. I would have received an email, and all I was receiving was like, oh, enjoy the 6. That was it. So until afterwards, and now we're all on the same page. But that's it, everybody. Just want to clear that up. We will continue on. It is a 10 episode season, and let's get into this one. This was episode 7, Art of War. It was pretty good. This was a setup for something that's happening, but I think it did a great job of just putting things together. Maybe a little fluff when we get into with the Tyson, Goodie, and Spenser situation, but overall, I think solid episode.
Yeah, the Goodie, Tyson, and Spenser issues. Again, I guess it's trying to create more character development for Tyson, who I'm completely done with. I like.
He's the best. He's the best.
I like Goodie. All right, I think Goodie. If I was creating a mob movie, mob show, I would hire that actor because he fits perfect.
Oh, he does.
But other than that, I think that this episode, which is a build-up episode, like you said, there's no real action in it. But it is setting up the final. Can we say the final 3 episodes of the season? We know that it is 10 episodes, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to turn out to be 15 or 21. Like,
right? We know of it. Surprise! This is an extended. It's a duplex edition. You know, no.
But we start off at the bar, and you know, Dwight gets a call from
Quiet Ray.
And this is an interesting conversation where they pretty much go back and forth. I can see why Quiet Ray would be a little mad at getting shot at, but at the same time, the acting was so bad at the end when Stone was like, "That was for me." Like, oh, shut up, dude. Like, you sound like
Yeah,
it. Like, that was awful acting. But at the same time, if Ray really thought that it was for him, Dwight could have just shot him right there. He could have just taken him out, and we know Dwight doesn't have a problem doing that. So, but they basically go back and forth. They yell and scream at each other. He wants
but
80. It's not giving you 80.
yeah, and that's where it gets interesting here because he doesn't give him a new number, but then he sort of threatens, like, "Hey, your time is going to come," because he
Yeah.
still doesn't want to work a deal out. He feels like, no, you should just be volunteering all
Yeah.
your ads.
He's like a church. You should
Yeah,
just give.
exactly. Just give. I lost my job. What does that have to do with anything? Put in the pot, buddy. Put in the
But
pot. It's like,
but
no.
what we're seeing is that Dwight has a vision. He wants to be in the casinos, right? He wants to be in
Hotels,
the
yep.
clubs. Now, I don't
Mhm.
understand this because he got in this weed business, which, if you guys don't remember, they were part of the weed business. Now he has this liquor, this bourbon that is worth what?
A
150
lot.
million?
Yeah. The 50.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I'd be fine with just, hey, you know what? Let's sell
But
it. I can invest in some crypto.
I think, yeah, because it makes you wonder. Because we know the whole point of it is that it was in the cellar for years, decades, forever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, then maybe you should just sell it as one of those high ends. But no, he wants to get it into the hotels, casinos, and he wants to use Ray's connects. So he was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is it. This is why I want to bring you in." And this is like, no, that's not how this works. But then at the end of that call, just to threaten him, to say that his time's coming. And then even when he hangs up and he tells Mitch like, "Oh, what's the new price? No new price, but I'm gonna get whacked
Eventually."
Yeah, is that how the series eventually ends? We're to expect that it's going to be a Tony Soprano situation where Journey's going to be playing and they're going to be in a diner, and Spencer's going to be driving, trying to go pick him, or Tyson in this case.
Could this be one of those? Could this be one of those series where Dwight ends up getting taken out before the end of the season, or maybe before the end of the whole series in general, and you have somebody else take over? Maybe Mitch does end up taking over.
Maybe, but you know what? I'm just gonna bring this in because this also applies. So there's a great interview, and I'll probably put in the links. It was a fantastic interview done a few days ago with Stallone over at GQ. Didn't know they were still around. No dirt on them, but I'm just surprised.
Yeah,
But anyway,
GQ has some a lot of those. I didn't watch the one you sent me yet about this. I've seen a lot of these ones where they talk about like your most famous roles.
yeah. It's one of those.
Yeah, it's
But
really good.
Yep, and he gets
They're good.
into talking about Tulsa King and all the do's and don'ts. But the reason why I'm bringing it up now is because he said multiple times he was talked about killing certain characters off, and he's against that. He doesn't believe in doing that. He's like, why can't they just like go off out of town or something? Just write them off. That way, if you ever want to revisit, you can. So with that in mind, I'm thinking there's no way Dwight Manfredi is going to die at the end of this show, if ever does end, which it will eventually.
You kill off characters because it ups the stakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean,
Tyson. We're all cool with that. Let Tyson jump in front.
Again, it goes back to The Walking Dead.
Got your boss and takes a
We've
pop.
talked about The Walking Dead numerous times. Like,
Yeah.
You never knew. Like, they killed off main characters.
Yeah.
It kept the stakes up. Go back to The Shield. I don't know if you guys ever watched The Shield. They killed off main characters. And when you kill someone off, there's no coming back.
No,
Unless
that's it.
Right?
Yeah, unless they come back as a walker again. But no, you're right. There is no coming back. But you know what? In Taylor Sheridan shows Mayor Kingstown, they kill people off. Main characters die all the time. So it can happen. But just from that comment and Stallone explaining dying and all this stuff, I don't think he'll ride off into sunset like that. Maybe he'll just live a normal life with Margaret. But anyway, just wanted to bring that up. Fantastic interview with him. Fantastic. Talking about everything.
Yeah.
So what else we get out here? He tells his crew, right? The crew.
Well, we get Dwight and Bigfoot driving.
Mm-hmm.
And they're on their way to see the AG, the Attorney General, if you want to know what the AG is.
Yep.
And he pretty much, Bigfoot asks, he's like, is Tyson no longer your driver? And he says he wants to be an earner Are you happy? He's like, I'm so happy.
Right. Yeah, right. I'm too happy. I was like, well, but he wasn't sarcastic or anything. He's sincere that he likes his job. Seems like it's a good job, right? He like gets to manhandle people every once in a while.
Probably gets paid pretty nicely.
Oh yeah, yeah. He gets free food and drinks. Remember, wasn't that part of the perk? It's like whatever you
Oh,
want.
yeah.
It's like there you go, feed it, keep it alive. So yeah, so yeah, it works out for him. He's got it good. And that's one of the perks of being a big guy. We talk about that. I mean, you're not the biggest guy. I'm not that big either. I mean, I'm 5'9.5". I'm shrinking. I used to be 5'10". I think I'm like, but this dude, Bigfoot, is like 6'something, 6'5".
He's a large man. He's a large man.
Yeah.
Just in general, he's just a big guy. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to see this guy get skinny.
But
like,
the point is that it's a blessing when you're that big and you're willing to kick ass, and you're always gonna have a job then. Whether it's a bouncer or whatever. So,
but we get Dwight, and he takes a selfie in front of, I believe it was a Capitol building.
Yeah.
And the only thing that I can think that they did this is that he's still trying to experience. I mean, he spent 25 years in prison. And I know for me, like when I go and I skate, I go skateboarding and I do other things. I can't ask people to, like, it's hard for me to ask people to record me, especially at my age doing skateboarding. But for the kids today, like it's common. Like you don't think about, you don't think about it.
I thought he was. You see, so you're thinking he's taking. I thought he was taking a picture so that way he can either send it to his sister or to Margaret and like, look what I'm doing, or something.
That's what I was saying. But it's still kind of like a nuance to him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how I took it. It really served no purpose, but at the same time, it didn't take up too much time, so it didn't really bother me.
No, it was cool. He goes through. Of course, right before he goes, he's packing, and he gives that to Bigfoot, and he gets in, and he still beeps. We all beep. I feel we all have something, belt buckle, whatever it was. All right, what was it? He said I have brass balls because I should have did the audio on that one. He was like, "Your baby, my brass balls." It's like, yeah, it probably is, buddy. All right, there you go. No, it's his belt buckle. He meets with the AG. AG pretty much tells him, Dunmire runs this place. You can't just deny it. He's threatening him, and he's like, "Hey, well, I can protect you from that guy." And it's like, no, this is not how this works. And he even put some pressure on him, Dwight. Just some of the just hinting. There was in the other show that I'm covering also. He
pretty much tells him.
Yeah,
every time I show up, I'm being very courteous, and not so much the second time.
Yeah, so you would think at that point the AG was like, "Hey, you threatening me?" Or get security. No, he just says, "Well, there's Dunmire. I'm sorry. It's just the way that guy is. It's how things run in this town." Kind of weird.
It makes you wonder how realistic.
Yeah. So Tulsa, I'm assuming, is big. We've all heard about Tulsa. It's not a small town, population wise. So I would think the way they're acting reminds you of Dukes of Hazzard. Small town, or Sons of Anarchy, small towns, but it's not that small. So
well, I mean, the Attorney General it would be for the whole entire state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, of Oklahoma. That's what I'm saying. It's like, why is he just worried about Dunmire in this situation when he is the big boss? Come on now.
Well, let's quickly see. Tulsa population. God, why is it you can find everything when you?
We'll get
population is just over 400,000.
That's a good size. I mean,
the whole metro population is just over 1 million. So it's not very. I mean, it's not small, but it's not big. I mean, you're from New York, right?
Yeah. Oh, there's too many people. There's too many.
Like 11 million people, but now you live.
Maybe that was yesterday. Then today it's 14 million. It's just massive. It's just this people coming all the time. But you're right. But after that, that's where we get the Spenser and Cole in the car. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Because we weren't sure. I guess this was one of those situations where the relationship is blossoming off camera. because we saw that one time when he helped her out when a guy was trying to get rough with her in the
Which
parking
I
lot.
think was still a setup.
You think of his setup, right? Then we saw the second time when he goes to the bar and they have a little conversation there. And then now here, it sounds like they've been dating.
Well, when he comes in and he starts to fight or whatever, she looks at him. And to me, that was a like, oh, you're one of those POSs with them. We're done. But clearly they've already blossomed in a
yeah.
They're having feelings for each other.
So this is very interesting with this, and I would like your feedback. People, put in the comments, what do you think? I call BS on all of this to a point. I'm still on the fence, but I'm leaning more toward BS because he starts talking about, oh, I really like you. I've done some bad things because of my dad. I don't really want to do these things. Like, oh, woe is me. I'm like, we know you're a real prick. We saw you at the bingo hall. Don't pull this now, which is why I don't believe it. I'm not buying it.
Well, I also think what we're seeing, and of course it's a condensed, we're gonna it's a condensed part of his life, is that maybe it was a setup originally, but then he started to have feelings for. He's starting to see more and more exactly how his dad feels about him. So he's starting to have that turn on his dad, and we kind of see that at the end of the episode. I mean, I think it's real easy for him not to like his dad because his dad's just an a-hole.
Yeah. Especially the way he treats him, really messed up. And we all know, if you guys forgot, this is not Dunmire's favorite, Jeremiah's favorite son. The other son had passed away. It sounds like he died.
I don't even know if he's the second favorite. There's only two of them.
Right, exactly. No, well, it's the booze. The booze is the second favorite. The booze, there's the booze, his belt buckle, his favorite boots, and then we got Cole. Right, he's way down the line there.
And who would have ever thought that Dunmire, Robert Patrick, who would have ever thought when the first time most of us ever saw him, he has very few lines in the Terminator, and all he is this liquid Terminator.
It's his face. He's got that great. Every time I look at him now, even though he's older, that stern look on his face. We see it here. We see it in Peacemaker. Same thing. It just does it. But
I'm just saying, he's become such a good character and a good actor.
Yeah.
The same with like RoboCop, right? Like you barely saw his face. His acting was acting like a bad actor who can't act, right? That's what RoboCop was. That's kind of how the Terminator was, the liquid Terminator.
Buckaroo Banzai.
Yeah. So it's amazing to see.
Yeah.
And his range has been great because he was someone who took over on the X-Files, and let's be honest, no one was ever going to replace Mulder. It was all about that, but that show continued till they were able to come to an agreement on his pay.
There we go. And what continues here is annoying Tyson trying to figure out how he can become an earner. He keeps bringing up, and now he's talking to Goodie about it. And he's like, "Hey, how did you do it?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Ernie, I leaned down his shoe. No, like on this point." And he's like, "There's many different ways you can earn." And he came up with the idea of just playing a bad cop. He's like, "Yeah, you find a spot, you go there, you flash a badge, you rob them, you take what you can." And so he gets the idea of like, all right, well then that's what I want to do. Let's do that. That came out of nowhere, but hey, that's the plan, right? That's what he's gonna do.
Again, I think this is trying to. It's almost like here we are, 2.5 seasons in, and someone's like, "Oh my God, Tyson's had no character development. Let's figure out something for him."
Yeah,
I enjoy having Bigfoot drive Manfredi around more than I ever enjoyed Tyson. So
it's something with Tyson. He's just
annoying. He's again, kill him off and then make his dad come in and want the revenge.
That could be it. And then we got Spenser. She walks in. She just, I guess, got dropped off by Cole, and they're gonna fill her in on the plan here that Tyson just came up with. So then after that, we jump over to Margaret. We see her over at the ranch. She's doing all the stuff with the horses, and she gets a call from Dwight, and asks if she has any contacts over at the Attorney General's office. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I know someone." She knows the wife. She's
course.
got contact. She knows everybody. Yeah. He's like, whoa, who don't you know? It's like it's a small community and everybody knows everyone. So she's like, what's in it for me? And then they do their little banter back and forth, very playful. I feel like when they get to that point for the actors, it's like they just put like an empty blank spot, like you fill it in because it comes off very genuine. Like when they just going back and forth, it's like well, what do you want? I mean, you
one of the worst things in TV or movies is when you can tell two best friends or a couple have no real chemistry. And you can tell right away. I mean, how many times, and I can't tell you how many times I've watched a movie and I was like, that movie was awful, but man, their chemistry was awesome together. The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
They had great chemistry together, right till she dies.
Gwen Stacy. Oh man, so sad, so sad. A lot of people didn't like that series though. They didn't like the idea of rebooting it. Sam Raimi's was perfectly fine.
Well,
and we know the whole thing with the money.
I didn't like the direction, but their chemistry and them being a real couple clearly helps.
Oh, right? That always helps. That always helps. We learned that from your boy from Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Remember what was it? Oh man, with the mask. Oh,
I know I can think of it.
Not
50 Shades of Grey.
No.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. Man, those scenes, those intimate scenes, and he was bragging. He was like, that was genuine. They were really, smooching and douching and doing the whole shebang. Like, oh well, I guess they were. I mean, they were married at the time, so makes sense. Yeah. So now we jump back to Tyson, Goodie, Spenser in a car looking at a frat house. This is it. This is his big plan. It's like, well, thankfully, because of Spenser bringing this up, because they're like, why here? This makes no sense. Like she says, well, they have everything. They're not just buying. They're getting huge amounts and distributing across like all the other colleges or across the campus. So this frat house, this is the big one. She's been in there before. She knows how to get into this one, but she knows everything and says that the whole operation is run out of this place. So the plan is they're going to come back, get fake badges, and they're going to rob the place like they're cops. They're going to do a raid, but they need somebody to go in first, and they bring in Spenser. Hey, you go in, figure things out, make sure there's no dogs. Yeah. What's up with the dogs? With Goodie, am I forgetting something from the prior season?
I think they're leaving that to be a mystery, where he's clearly implying that there was at least one, if not multiple times, he got bit by a dog, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of those fillers like towards the end of the season, or how maybe even at the end of the series, where someone's finding like, what is up with the dogs?
Yeah, what's with the dogs, right? Or that you see something on his leg, maybe he's wearing shorts and he has like a nasty scar.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, that's what. Yeah, that's why. Something happened. A big dog bit him or something. But yeah, make sure they don't have dogs. So I was like, all right, there you go. That's it.
And she does tell him no dogs. So there were no dogs at all. Then we skip to Margaret meeting with the AG's wife. And she's basically in all the dirt, and she tells her, "Hey, you know what? What was her term that she uses?
Which
you
one?
know me." And she basically says,
she was like, "I'm like a vault," because the wife.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
No, never heard that. You'll hear my lips are sealed, right? We know that. What else? That's the only one that comes to mind when you think about not saying anything. But it's interesting here because they're at a restaurant, but then she says, do you want to get a drink? So is it to order a drink or to leave to a bar? We don't ever see, but to
me, it seemed like they were just going to order one. But again, it ends up being one of those, again.
Yeah. The only reason why I bring that up is because it makes it seem like I think she was going to get her really sauced up, so that way she can get loose with the lips and just spew everything.
I didn't feel like she needed to get things off her chest. She didn't need any drinks, right? Are we in agreement with that?
No, she didn't, because she said right at the beginning, she was like, remember whatever we say, and that's when Margaret said, no, like a vault. Don't worry about it.
Margaret might as well have been on the phone with Manfredi while she was talking and said, hey, let me just put this on speakerphone. Because
exactly. Well, she could have. She could have just recorded the whole
in
thing.
the bar calling.
Well, think about that. Think about that. This also could have what happened after was obviously entertaining for the show and all that. But if she would have just pressed the little record button on her phone or do the recorder and record that whole conversation of all the stuff she spilled about her husband, that's enough. And because
the problem is when you hit that record, you might have a paint can fall on your head. So be careful.
Yeah. There we go. Shout out to Slow Horses for those who remember that one. Mm-hmm. The mousetrap situation. Oh man, that was nuts. That was nuts. Yeah. Great show. But because this is also because this is where then we get real quick that Margaret gives her Dwight a call and says, hey, we talked and I know everything. The marriage is in trouble. There's a lot of problems, a lot going on. And she leaves out other parts, which is great because then we can put those pieces together ourselves when we see what happens over at the casino.
Yep. And then we see them all meeting, like Dwight, Margaret, and Thresher, all meeting and basically talking about like if Cal, that's Thresher, can get the AG behind him, then like if we can work all this together, then I'm gonna owe you, Thresher, but you're still gonna owe me. I love how this works out. It's like this is it. This is the mob life. If anybody has followed any of the mob stories or real life stories, and hell, it's still going on now. We just heard the whole thing with the NBA and the gambling and the fixing and stuff. There's always this whole daisy chain of connections. Thresher wants to be governor, right? He knows that the AG is close with Dunmire, and he's like, well, we're going to fix that. And then we're going to have him under our thumb, which then means that you'll have control of him because we're working together. Yeah, Thresher is a billionaire. The whole Thresher family, they're billionaires. And I understand when you're worth that much money, there is something that drives you. You want power.
Yeah,
I could find so many other things to do if I had $1 billion. If I had $1 billion,
but you know what? You will get bored. You will get bored. You hear it all the time. Super rich people bored.
You can do other things. You can create YouTube. You can go skateboard. You can work out.
They don't want to do that. They want to buy islands. They want to buy big boats and sail around with their rich friends.
Like I'm not that. The stress of being in a political office is awful.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it doesn't.
That's
it
what
doesn't
I'm saying.
seem.
You can find
No, I get it. It doesn't seem appealing. I don't.
Nope.
I don't see it. But
I don't understand the appeal of wanting to be the president of the United States.
It's too much.
You are never going to be alone again.
No. That is true. But that's the other thing here, though, with Thresher, because as he's talking about all this stuff and putting things together, he said, hey, things are getting good for me right now. The polls, my numbers. But he doesn't bring up the fact that this is all thanks to Margaret. Because if the polls and the people, the young people or whatever, care about him, remember, she brought him over to the party, the 50, and had him schmooze with all the influencers and did that whole thing. So he owes her.
Yes, to a point, right?
I mean,
that's how these people get in these positions, these situations that they owe people when they really, I mean, they've done so much, but it's still supposed to be you.
Behind everybody. How many times have we've all heard it? Once any of these politicians, something happens and they're out of office, they spew it, or somebody that worked for them spews it. Oh, he worked with Big Tobacco, and they paid him all this money. And there's always some scandal. But this is it. So the plan here is, listen, you're going to bring him to the casino, the AG. You're going to bring him over here, have a meeting with him, talk to him. He's like, oh, he'll never come here. No, he doesn't. Well, clearly AG doesn't know who's running the place. And we were surprised by that.
I thought it was common knowledge, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think this is different than the bar that we've seen.
This is the casino one. Yeah. This is.
So I think and again, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I feel like
put in the comments, people, if you remember, because there's Mitch's place, the bar place.
That's the one that I was thinking that this is, but it's not.
Me too. I thought it's not that, right? Then we got, of course, the weed spot. Then we have the brewery, and now we have this casino thing, which is on native land. That was a big part of last season. Well, the whole issue with Cal, and dealing with all this stuff.
That's right.
Right. That was the whole scandal there. But he says, all right, well, he'll see what he can do.
Then we jump to back to the car, Goodie and Tyson. Goodie pulls out these fake badges. Tyson is so impressed. They tell Spenser, you stay here. She gives her the whole layout, and they go in to do this fake raid. Now, I don't know. Maybe I fear going to prison so much that I would never want to impersonate a police officer. It just seems like a really quick way to go to jail.
Oh, it definitely is. But remember, these kids have drugs. And they confirmed it because Spenser went in there and she knows about it. She's like, hey, there's like 6 people playing Xbox. That's like, hey, that's a lie right there. There's not that many Xbox players out there. What are you talking about? But anyway, she says, right. But anyway, she says that's what they're doing. She says that the path to the basement is through the kitchen, and there's like 2 other guys, whatever, hanging around. She gives a layout, so they're good. No dogs, right? That's it. Cleared it up. No dogs.
Tells them where the drugs are at, where it's all being held and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go in and act like police officers.
Right. This is the police. Get down. Do the whole thing. I thought when I first heard this, when one of the guys recognized Tyson, it's like, hey, Tyson. Oh, wow, you became a cop. I thought this was going to be trouble. I was like, oh man, he knows Tyson. Maybe
I thought someone was going to take a shot at him for sure.
Oh wow!
I was thinking Pulp Fiction. One guy.
Somebody's going to come out of the
Yep. Because look, like 2 of them were like very muscular, and it was like, all right. But yeah, then the one is like Tyson, and he was like, we had this, we had this class together. You became a cop, and they pretty much just shut him up. Now whether or not these kids figured out that they were fake cops, one way or another, they thought they were either dirty cops or they knew they were fake cops.
Well, they're definitely, quote unquote, undercover. They weren't in uniform or anything. They had just about, and I love the fact that Tyson did say, "Where's the contraband?" Not the drugs. Not the street term, contraband. Where's the contraband?
But yeah, so they get out to the car, and Goodie tells them, "I want 50% of the cash. You guys figure out the rest, and the pills are yours. I don't want to have anything to do with it. If Dwight knew I had any types of drugs, he wouldn't be happy." Again, goes against everything. Dwight doesn't want to have anything to do with drugs.
Yeah.
But Tyson here robbed for drugs.
Well, he wants to be an earner, and Spenser is like, she has all the connects. She knows where all the DJs, and she knows all the bar, blah blah blah. She can push it. So if Goodie says, hey, all he wants is 50% of the money, let's say Tyson keeps that 50%, and then he's going to have to share a certain percentage of the drug money with Spenser. But then also,
she says she wanted 50%.
She wanted 50%. So then that means the other 50 of whatever that drug money is, is going to go to Dwight. But Dwight's not going to want that.
Because we don't know how much it's going to be.
No, we don't know. But I'm assuming that would be more than the cash that they found on hand, which is why I'm saying it's going to work in that order, as opposed to if it's going to be complicated. Either way, I have a feeling that when Dwight finds out, he's not going to be happy.
This was, again, I think, character development for Tyson. More Tyson, showing Tyson can interact. We've seen Tyson act with Bodie and Grace. And then now we're seeing him interact with Goodie more. So we're seeing that Tyson is kind of I don't want to say the glue, but he is moving around, interacting with all these different people.
Yeah.
But I'm still okay with if he gets whacked.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, we agree. He's not our favorite character. I'm sorry if there's fans out there that love Tyson. I get what he's offering to the show, but I feel that that's done better with the comic relief and all that stuff by Brody, and we didn't even see Brody in this episode.
Yeah, Bodie, like, yeah, he's not even in this episode.
He's not
There's a
even
lot of people that aren't in this episode. Joanne's not,
maybe
Bodie's not.
what's he? Maybe he was in the surveillance room.
Fred
No,
was.
maybe not.
Fred
I
was,
know Grace.
Fred was
Grace
in it.
when they, yeah.
Grace is
But-
in it.
No, definitely we know Grace. I'm just thinking if Brody was in that surveillance camera room. I don't remember if he was there, but either way, he didn't have a key spot like he did in the prior episodes. But yeah, that's it. We're just not big fans of Tyson here.
So this is where everything kind of falls. And the AG shows up at the bar. Again, he has no idea that Dwight runs it.
Mhm.
And he meets with Cal. Cal pretty much kind of explains, hey, this is where the people are at. And Cal's not even sure what they're planning on doing. And they're just kind of going back and forth. And he's trying to explain to him that he's going to need a lieutenant governor. So he's pretty much offering him a promotion.
Yeah, which is interesting here when we see that the waitress comes over and she offers a drink and she says, "Oh, you're regular." She prepared the regular for Cal, and he just takes it and it's like, and I guess showing like, oh, this is a safe place. And at the time, AG doesn't know anything about Manfredi being involved in this. In his mind, this is owned by the native tribe that's there, the casino. So he's like, oh, well, I guess then I could drink during the day. That's fine. And then sure enough, that's when they cue and Grace comes over and says, hey, this is on the house, and puts a bunch of chips on the table.
And we normally don't give people your stature in here.
Yeah,
so it's on the house.
It's on the house. And his face instantly lights up. And you can see Cal Thresher over there. He's like, oh, no, what? He's getting it now. Now he says
he knows they're doing something.
Something's up.
But
and now we know.
But he doesn't realize that he has a gambling problem.
Yeah. Well, now we know that he has a gambling problem. There you go. That was it. That's it.
Because if somebody gave that to me, I'd be like, oh,
I wouldn't care.
Yeah, I wouldn't care either, but I'd be like, cool, this is free money. And if I spend it and I lose it, then I'm walking away.
You know what I would do? I would go hand out a few of it and then cash the rest in and leave.
I don't think they let you, though.
What? No, they have to let you.
No. You know what? It's to spend there. Now, if you win,
I thought you can cash in whatever. That's considered like earnings.
If someone let's say them walking up and saying, "Here's $10,000," they want you to play.
But so you're saying if that happened and I don't want it, then I just give it back. Then that's it. I guess it's house money. Then it wasn't his own. Okay, I get that. I don't know. So maybe I would play a little bit.
Gambling sites do that too.
Yeah, I still don't get me started on a gambling site. You're a sport guy. You see this all the time as well. Bet this, bet that. All this online gambling, too much. It's just
a problem.
It's a serious problem.
We're gonna have so many. This is way off topic. We're gonna have so many people addicted to gambling because they don't know how to stop.
Spread.
They don't know how to bet $5, $10, and when they're losing, just be like, "Hey."
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge problem. And you know what? I refuse to ever blame those sites. It's on the people, but at the same time, we know that people can't stop.
But it sucks because I have small kids and I watch sports with my son, and then he was like, "Oh, what is that?" And now I have to explain it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, now I have to talk to him about what gambling is.
You need to worry about explaining to your son why you guys watch soccer before gambling.
Oh no, that is the best sport in the world. Come on now. Oh, this is that NBA, hockey, baseball's always at the bottom. I can't. I'm sorry. Doesn't matter.
I'd rather watch paint dry.
I can't. Paint dry, that is a sport out in France. They do watch.
Yeah, it might be.
It
might just be.
All right. So let's see. We drifted. Where are we now? See, all right, we will do back.
Well, this is where they get in the whole gambling. And
yes. That's what we see from the point of view of Dwight, that they're in the back room looking through the cameras. They're observing. They see all the stuff going on. He is playing dice, right? Craps. That's it, craps, right? Look, there you go. I don't even know what that is. Well, I do.
I normally wouldn't either. I just
not big into gambling, but he's playing craps, and I was a little confused with this spot because Dwight tells Grace, all right, now it's time to turn this off. It's time for his luck to change, as he says it.
Yep.
So was he really good then at playing craps? Or were those tricked dice to begin
They
with?
probably had those dice loaded.
Okay.
So he's gonna win, which means everyone else is winning too. Because they bet with him. Knowing that he can't, I mean, that's the biggest problem with gamblers, right?
Yeah.
Is that when they're winning, it's awesome. When they're losing, I can win it back.
Oh yeah, can't let go. Can't let go.
You know, and how many times as a skateboarder have you said just one more try, and that's when you hurt yourself?
Yeah, that's when I roll on my ankle and I get like a golf ball in and I can't walk for a while. And I was like,
exactly.
Well, why did I try to do that? You know, what was it? What was it? It was a 360 varial backside that I tried, and I knew I couldn't do it. I knew I couldn't do it. No, 180. Sorry, 180. 180, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do a backside. Backside's no good. And I did it anyway. I tried for it, and then I slid on my left ankle, and then it swelled up. And till this day, it clicks when I walk. That's it. Stuck for life. Problem. But anyway, so she walks over with a new set of dice, right? She gives it to the guy who's playing the table, or what's it? It was Mitch.
No, that's Fred. That's the big guy that was the security guard.
Oh shoot! I didn't even put that
wondering
together.
why Fred is always here. Fred, right? Because we asked what happened.
Yeah, where is Fred? Yeah,
Fred.
Okay.
Is a dealer.
If Fred's a dealer, got a new job. There you go. Okay, so yeah, so he swaps out the dice, hands it over, and sure enough, every hand, I mean, it's he's losing big, and he just keeps betting. He loses whatever. They didn't say the amount at first. The first set didn't know, but Grace comes over and says, "Hey, because of your stature in society or something like that, we're gonna give you 100,000 in house credit." Yeah.
Then again,
and
I don't know how this really works because I don't do this. But.
And says, "Hey, how much of that would you like?" And he goes, all of it. It was just like, oh, he does have a problem. He does. Because who knows how much he already lost. But that, like he said before, he didn't care if he lost any of that stuff because he was like, it's house money. He didn't pay for it. But this is going to be his problem. This is debt. And he does it.
Yeah.
He does it. Oh, man. Epic fail. All right.
So basically, he ends up losing $100,000 of what would now be his own money, which is, I don't know. I know I can't absorb $100,000 to lose.
That's a lot.
And as he's pretty sitting there, you know, doesn't know what to do. That's when Manfredi's like, "Hey."
Yeah, and he's, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Well, this is my place. This is what I run, and now you owe me." Oh no, this is a bad idea. But he says, "Don't worry, I'm gonna wipe this debt. You know, everything's gonna be fine. Just let me protect you from your other problems."
Yeah.
And so that's what else can he do? He's got them. There's not much he can do because he even says, "I don't have the money to even pay this if I wanted to."
Yep. I mean, he easily could have called, you know, Dunmire money, but
because that was the other thing. There was a quick scene here too, because Dunmire shows up outside with Cole, and at first I thought maybe they knew that he was inside, that AG was inside. They didn't though. They didn't know.
No,
they showed
about the AG. I thought he said something about the AG.
It's a visit. Yeah, he says, he notified him of the visit. And you say, "Oh, you think I wasn't gonna know that you went and visit my attorney general and this whole thing?" And they get at it back and forth. That's when Dwight brings up, and that's the naming of the episode, The Art of War, the book. And he's like, "Oh, do you know about this and that?" And, "No, you don't read." "No, I don't know. Hooked on phonics, it worked for me." And he's like, "All right, that's great." But there's a point I'm getting here, and it's that you can build a bridge for your enemies, and I just built a bridge for you, you know, and so you need to cross that bridge. And he's like, "No, what do you mean? I got you. Can't distribute, you can't do anything. I took the booze, I ruined you." And Dwight is holding back. I thought here is when he was going to say, you know who's inside? And maybe take out his phone and just show an image of AG inside the casino area, but he doesn't say anything. He keeps that close. He doesn't bring that up. So then Dunmire and Cole just leave. The question I had here is, how did they know that Dwight was there? This is not the bar restaurant, unless it is. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think. I know.
I'm confused.
No, they did, because there was never gambling at that bar.
They didn't turn it into, because I remember that Jelly Roll episode. Remember when Jelly Roll was on stage performing and they show people gambling in the background, like, playing and drinking, and then
I don't even know anymore.
It was a long time. But anyway, so there goes that. So he gets that part cleared up. And that's it. Now we know that they got AG under his belt. I should say under his finger.
This is where we well, first off, Cal's not happy that he got played. He said, "Don't you guys ever play me again." It's hard. It's hard to tell someone never to play you again if they keep playing you over and over. They're going to be like, "Why not?"
But it benefits. It benefits him in the
does.
long run, and that's what the whole point that Dwight was saying. He was like, "Yeah, but now I get him, and then you get him, so it works out." We wanted to squeeze Dunmire out, and this is the first step of doing that. Yeah. So,
but then we get Cole. I think this is out where they produce their own bourbon, and I don't know. Cole looks like this homeless.
Oh, he looks so sad here. He looks so sad here. Man.
Oh yeah, he was crying, and then we see his dad Jeremiah come up, and he pretty much says, like, "Why are you a screw up?" Well, I think he actually literally says that.
Yeah. He's like, "Did your mom hit you, drop you?" You know what I mean? He just starts throwing all this stuff around, and he's like, "Why you don't care about me though? You don't ever care about. You care more about the booze." And he doesn't deny it. It's like, yeah, well,
he's the last. His brother's dead. The mother must also be dead.
Yeah.
He makes some comment about, like, about his muscles, and it's just covering up. And Cole's, basically crying, right?
Yeah. The last line there, he said, "I guess it's true. The good do die young,"
which is referring to his brother.
Yeah. Oh man, at that point, and he had said, Cole said, "It's like, once you die off, I'm the legacy here. I'm the, why are you treating me this way?"
And I think we've asked the same thing throughout this whole thing. And this is why I think that before it's all said and done, Cole will end up offing his dad.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, whether it's to work with Dwight, or if it's just because he needs to be done with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that's. See, so remember when I kept saying, it was like, I thought the whole thing was BS with Cole and then Spenser. This is the only part where I was sort of saying, well, maybe that's not, but maybe he's playing the long game, and the long game is to just keep working in with Spenser to get into the group. I'd be surprised if that's not the idea.
I'm getting the vibe that was what the original idea, what the original plan was. Then he started liking her, and also he's realizing more and more, no matter what he does, his dad is never going to accept him.
Yeah. No, he's not. It's done. It's sad though. It's sad. I hope they do reveal. There's got to be more to it. I'm just saying, there's got to be more to it. This is just too much. Yeah, he brings up the most recent things that he's messed up, but he was hating him way before this season started. He was already with the attitude and all that stuff.
But then we get Dunmire in
the package.
Well, he gets the package, and he asks if it's ticking, which again
valid.
We haven't seen anything with a watchmaker again. Like, there's people that get omitted.
Nice. There you go. I completely forgot about that. Good catch. I forgot.
Early, but I thought, well, what if this was the watchmaker? Right. What if they truly got rid of him early, and now Cole was taking over? But that didn't happen. But he got the Art of War.
Mhm.
And he knows obviously that came from Dwight. And then we get Dunmire showing up at the AG's.
Well, there was a little note inside also about
yeah.
the license that the sister got her liquor license back, because that was the other issue that Dwight was pissed when he went to see the AG. He was like, he had no right taking that away, and it was all because of Dunmire and the connection. But yeah, he reinstated, give her a license back.
But then we have Dunmire showing up at the AG's, goes after him. The AG tells him, "Hey, get a better deal. He's gonna protect me from guys."
He's a nicer guy. Before he can even finish the sentence, he starts getting wailed on. It's like, I mean, talk about balls of steel. Dunmire definitely has a set. How do you do that to an attorney general? I can understand if it's maybe in the street or something like that. No witnesses. It's your word versus mine, whatever. No, it's guys at his desk. He's got his security outside, and yeah, he just starts wailing at this guy, screaming, "Ow!" What's up with that? Who does that? Who screams, "Ow! Ow!" Come on. It's like, at least fight back. At least fight. I get some people are very passive, and I just can't imagine just getting wailed on and not
even trying to fight back.
Exactly. At least defend yourself. Put your hands up.
But I'll say this:
poke the guy's eyes. Do something.
But I'll say this: like seeing, Sack Rider. What a weird name. Seeing the AG, he is a very passive guy. He has no balls to stand on, right? He just but he gets wailed on, and then we see Dunmire arrested, and he's walking through the prison. Once he gets put in prison or gets put in a cell, we have a sheriff that says, sorry about this, but we don't really have a choice.
What do you mean sorry? Like that? I was telling him, I was like, what? Sorry? The dude was beating on the AG and this is what happens when someone's in your pocket, right? Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
So
definitely in the pocket.
That's kind of how it ends.
And that's it. He's locked up for life. We don't ever have to worry about him now. And the rest should be smooth sailing. And it's just going to be following Tyson and Spenser selling their illegal drugs and pills to earn. And it completely changes. No. What do you think's going to happen going forward now that Dunmire's in jail? I'm assuming he's going to get on bail within like an hour.
He's not. He has a judge in his back pocket or something.
Yeah.
Again, I still think before it's all said and done, Cole will end up, taking out Dunmire. I don't know how that will lead into it. We still have 3 episodes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do you mean? What? It's not over now? Wait, we were going to say this finale. Gotcha. It was just one more episode. No. Oh, man. So that's a good question now. Let's see. He's gonna take him out. As you said, we still don't know what's up with Bill. Okay, with the agent.
Yep, we didn't see anything with Bill.
Didn't happen. What's the point of taking Bill unless they're gonna put Bill on the job for the watchmaker or do something? But then the watchmaker already took some of Manfredi's money, so he should be ready to. Oh man, what if that happens? What if he does? Remember, it's to blow up Dunmire's house, or the factory, either one. He's blowing something up from Dunmire. And what if Cole is there? And Spenser. Let's throw Spenser in. Casualty of war. Can you see that?
Kill off his own daughter.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, you already said he doesn't like killing off kids.
I know. That was for him. That was for him.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. He's not going to kill off his daughter.
Yeah, he's not going to kill her off.
How do you bring her back? So I don't know.
Well, they're going to find out about it. That's still a secret. She even said it. She was like, they would be super pissed if they found out that I was with you. So
yeah,
that's going to come up. Cleo, she's gone for the entire season. She just ran out from last episode. There was no mention of her. We saw Mick for a little bit talk, but that's it.
So. Yeah, there was no Cleo. Not even an IMDb here.
No, they. I don't know. They wiped her clean from it. But hey, you know what? It's still good. It's still entertaining. I'm curious. As we see, we don't really know where this is going to end up. We do hope certain characters pass away, and we want to see what happens going
Even though
forward.
we don't think it's going to happen.
No, probably won't. We could dream. We could dream. And
Oh,
where's
yeah,
Mark? I want his dad. His dad made it seem like he was going to be a.
I like Mark.
Yeah, I thought Mark was going to. The way they hinted when he popped up in those 2 episodes back to back, it's like, oh, he's part of this. Oh no, he's gone. So we haven't seen him. You know, he went back to plumbing. He's got some big plumbing jobs. But hey, thanks again, everybody, for sticking with us and for being understanding. As you see, we're here. We're also covering Mary Kingstown. That is another Taylor Sheridan. We sort of talked about it. I think it was Slow Horses. The whole situation of how Taylor is leaving to NBC Universal. I think it's in a few years, though. It's not right away. They already Paramount right after said, no, we got other stuff with Taylor. We got a Call of Duty show coming and some. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see where all that goes. But yeah, we got plenty of other stuff, and then we're getting ready for Landman. Can't wait! Yep. Oh, I'm so excited. So we got that. We're going to be covering. So yeah, we'll be back next week. Thanks again for all the support, the likes, the subscribe, the sharing. Start sticking with us. It's been great. Thank you all again. All right, talk to you later, everybody.
Take care.